The foods we're about to talk about don't make headlines. You may be wondering, why isn't anyone telling me about this? Let me let you in on a secret. Because the seafood market is a global industry worth billions of dollars. And these 4 foods you should avoid are some of its biggest products. Not only do they sell a lot, but they dominate menus, supermarket shelves, and what older people eat everywhere. Over 99% of people over 60 have no idea what's going on. And the seafood that could reverse muscle loss and rebuild your strength. It's buried because it's not as profitable for the industry. Most older people think seafood is the healthiest thing there is, but most of them have no idea they're being misled. In this video, we're going to reveal the 4 worst seafoods you should never touch after age 60, and the 4 best ones you should eat every day. We'll list them from least dangerous to most toxic and harmful to your muscles. All the information you'll see here is based on real science. We spent hours researching studies reviewed by scientists, and each reference is available in the description below. But before we dive in, tell me, where are you watching us from? Tell us your city or country in the comments. We read and respond to each one, so don't hesitate. Now, without further ado, let's start with the first seafood you need to stop eating right now, especially if you've noticed your muscles feeling weaker, unexplained fatigue, or joint pain. 4 worst seafoods for your muscles. 4. Squid, the hidden trap for your muscles. Squid may seem harmless and even fancy in some dishes, but for older people it's a real trap for your metabolism and consequently for your muscles. On paper, it seems like a good option. It's low in fat and high in protein. But when we take a closer look, the truth is much more worrying. Squid is extremely high in cholesterol. Just 85 grams of cooked squid, which is a handful, contains about 198 milligrams of cholesterol. That's more than 65% of what you should eat in cholesterol per day in one very small serving. But here's the problem. When you're over 60, your liver doesn't control cholesterol like it used to. It slows down, which means that the cholesterol from your food has a much greater impact on your blood levels. A 2021 study published in the journal Nutrients found that older adults with high dietary cholesterol intake were 43% more likely to show signs of hard arteries and had a 31% higher risk of heart problems. This stiffness is one of the first warning signs of possible heart attacks or strokes, especially in older people. And when blood doesn't circulate well, your muscles get fewer nutrients and become weaker. But there's more. Squid also has substances called purines, which turn into uric acid in the body. And that's a problem. Older people already have more difficulty eliminating uric acid efficiently. When it builds up, it crystallizes in the joints, causing severe pain and inflammation, which we call gout. Gout is more common in people over the age of 60, and seafood such as squid can trigger an attack without warning. Researchers in the Journal of Gerontology found that older people who ate purine-rich seafood more than twice a week had a 54% higher risk of developing chronic joint inflammation over a 2-year period. If your joints hurt, you move less, and less movement means muscle loss. So if you've been eating squid thinking it's a healthy seafood option, it's time to stop. For older people, especially those with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or even mild arthritis, squid is one of the most misleading and harmful seafood choices. It may look clean and simple, but inside your body it's causing problems you won't feel until it's too late. And if you've been waking up with stiff joints, unexplained swelling, or sudden spikes in blood pressure, this could be part of the reason why. In a moment, we'll reveal the number 1 seafood you should be eating, which actually helps reverse some of these symptoms. But before we get there, let's move on to the next worst villain. It's a popular choice at buffets and sushi restaurants, but after age 60, it can sabotage your defense system and steal energy from your muscles. 3. Imitation crab, carne surimi, the disguise that fools your muscles. It looks like crab, it's shaped like crab, and it even smells a little like crab, but imitation crab, or surimi, the infamous carne, is about as real as plastic cheese. And for older folks, it's one of the worst seafood imposters you can put on your plate. What makes it so harmful? It all starts with what it's made of. Surimi, the basis of imitation crab, is usually a white paste of ground-up fish scraps, often pollock, mixed with starches, sugar, salt, and artificial flavorings. When it's pressed into those fake crab sticks, it's no longer a seafood product, it's a food product constructed in a lab. One of the biggest dangers of imitation crab for anyone over the age of 60 is how quickly it raises blood sugar. A study published in the journal Clinical Nutrition in 2020 found that imitation crab causes a blood sugar response similar to that of white bread. The starches used, such as tapioca and wheat, are quickly digested and turn into sugar almost immediately. This may not seem like a big deal, but if you already deal with prediabetes, insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes, which is common for many older people, this can lead to huge sugar spikes, followed by energy crashes. And when your energy crashes, your muscles feel weak and unmotivated to move, which accelerates muscle loss. The same study found that older adults who ate surimi products 3 times a week had insulin levels 2.5 times higher than those who avoided them. But the problem doesn't stop there. Imitation crab is loaded with sodium. A single serving can contain more than 700 milligrams of sodium, and that's before any soy sauce or other seasonings. High sodium intake is a major risk factor for high blood pressure, which becomes more dangerous with age as arteries harden and kidneys slow down. Their ability to filter and balance salt decreases significantly, and this type of processed salt, combined with additives such as monosodium glutamate, can cause headaches, fluid retention, and even dizziness in older people. So while it may seem convenient or inexpensive, imitation crab is working against your goals of keeping your muscles strong. It's high in sugar, salt, and chemicals. It offers almost none of the real nutritional power of real seafood, and worst of all, it tricks older people into thinking they're eating something healthy. Don't be fooled. There are much better ways to get the flavor and benefits of seafood without poisoning your metabolism and damaging your muscles. And in a moment, we'll reveal one of them, a natural seafood that is so rich in minerals that it is being studied as an aid in knee injury recovery. But first, let's talk about a seafood that may be hiding in your freezer right now. And that is even worse than the last one. 2. Scallops, the innocent toxin to your muscle strength. Scallops may seem like the innocent angels of the seafood world. They're small, clean, tender, and often served in fancy restaurants with a light cooking. But for older people, especially those over 60, scallops can silently wreak havoc on the body in ways most people don't expect. At the heart of the problem is something hidden behind their delicate appearance. They are extremely high in cadmium. This is a toxic metal that accumulates in shellfish tissue, especially in filter feeders such as scallops. Unlike water contamination, which varies, cadmium comes from the scallop itself, as it naturally concentrates it from its environment. And once it enters your body, your kidneys suffer the most, and healthy kidneys are essential for keeping your muscles functioning properly. In a study published in Toxicology Reports in 2022, researchers measured cadmium levels in scallops from various sources and found that even a modest serving could provide up to 0.8 micrograms of cadmium per gram of tissue. For comparison, the safe weekly limit for cadmium, according to the World Health Organization, is just 7 micrograms per kilogram of body weight. For a 70-kilogram person over the age of 60, that means just a few scallops per week could push you dangerously close to the toxic limit. And once cadmium enters your system, it stays there. It builds up in your kidneys, weakening their function over time. Older people already have a declining kidney filtration rate, which makes it even harder to eliminate this metal. Over time, this leads to protein leakage in your urine, higher blood pressure, and a sharp decline in your energy and muscle endurance. But kidney function isn't the only problem. Scallops are also surprisingly low in omega-3 fatty acids compared to other seafood. That's a big problem because omega-3s are essential for brain health, joint flexibility, and inflammation control. 3 areas that matter more than ever after age 60 and directly affect your muscles' ability to recover and function. So while you may think you're getting the protective benefits of seafood for your brain, scallops barely deliver. In fact, 100 grams of scallops contain less than 30 milligrams of EPA and DHA combined. Compare that to oysters, which can offer more than 500 milligrams in the same serving. That's a huge difference. It means you could be eating seafood without any of the real protection for your muscles, nerves, or cardiovascular system that you expect. So next time you see scallops on a menu, especially in a creamy sauce or grilled with oil, think twice. They may seem harmless, but for older people, they can act like a slow-acting toxin, and what's scary is that the damage builds up silently over time. No symptoms until things get serious, but there's one more seafood that tops the list. It's small, rubbery, and appears in Asian dishes and soups, but studies now confirm that it may be accelerating arthritis and increasing your blood fats faster than almost any other seafood. 1. Shrimp. Your muscle mass's greatest enemy, shrimp, may be the most dangerous seafood for older people, not because of pollution or poor preparation, but because of what it naturally contains and how it interacts with the aging body. First, shrimp is extremely high in cholesterol. Just 85 grams, barely a handful, contains about 180 milligrams of cholesterol. For someone over 60, that's a big problem. As we age, our arteries lose elasticity, our livers process fats more slowly, and our risk of heart disease skyrockets. A study published in the journal Circulation in 2021 followed 8,700 adults over the age of 60 and found that those who consumed more than 300 milligrams of cholesterol in their diet daily had a 35% higher risk of stroke and a 24% higher risk of coronary heart disease compared to those who ate less than 150 milligrams. And remember, heart health directly affects the health of your muscles as they need clean blood to function, but cholesterol is just the beginning. Shrimp contains a muscle protein called tropomyosin, which is difficult to break down in older digestive systems. That's why shrimp is one of the world's leading allergenic foods. Even for people who have never had an allergy in their lives, shrimp can suddenly trigger a reaction after age 60 because the immune system becomes more sensitive and erratic with age. Researchers in the Journal of Allergy and Clinical Immunology found that nearly 14% of new shellfish allergies in older people developed after age 65, often without warning. These reactions can range from skin rashes to full-blown anaphylaxis, and even mild intestinal inflammation caused by the protein can worsen irritable bowel syndrome, constipation, or leaky gut in older people, which impairs the absorption of nutrients vital to their muscles. Now let's talk about something most people never consider: chitin. This is the outer shell of shrimp, and even when cleaned, small fragments still make it into the meat. Chitin is a type of fiber that the body cannot digest, and while harmless in small amounts, in older people with weakened digestion, it can contribute to bloating, gas, and even intestinal inflammation. All of this impairs your body's ability to absorb what your muscles need. And here's the worst part: most shrimp today are farm-raised, especially those sold in bulk or in frozen packages. Farmed shrimp are often treated with antibiotics, such as oxytetracycline and enrofloxacin, which are banned in many countries but still show up in imported shrimp. A 2022 study in food control found antibiotic residues in more than 42% of frozen shrimp samples tested from Southeast Asia, and regular consumption of these residues has been linked to antibiotic resistance, gut flora imbalance, and metabolic changes in older people. If you've been eating shrimp thinking it's a light, low-fat protein option, it's time to rethink that. For older people, shrimp is a metabolic trap. High cholesterol, hard-to-digest proteins, inflammatory fragments from the shell, antibiotic residues, and harmful preservatives, all wrapped up in a little shell. No wonder shrimp tops the list of worst foods. And now that you've seen the worst seafood to avoid, get ready, because next up are the 4 seafood foods every older person should be eating, and number 1 on that list has been shown in studies to repair cartilage, reduce swelling, and even help reverse age-related joint pain, all while protecting your precious muscles. 4. Best seafoods for your muscles. 4. Sea cucumber, the secret joint renovator. Sea cucumber may sound strange, but it's a real powerhouse for older people who want stronger joints, better skin, and less pain. This marine animal is rich in collagen-like compounds and anti-inflammatory nutrients that are especially valuable after age 60. Researchers in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences found that daily supplementation with sea cucumber extract reduced joint pain by 35% and improved flexibility in just 12 weeks. The real magic lies in compounds called tritopene glycosides, which help fight chronic inflammation and protect cartilage. These natural compounds act as a mild anti-inflammatory without upsetting the stomach like many pain medications. Sea cucumber is also full of chondroitin sulfate, a nutrient found in many joint supplements, but here it comes in a natural form that the body can absorb more easily. And healthy joints mean you move more, and moving more is the secret to maintaining muscle. To prepare it, sea cucumber is usually rehydrated and slowly cooked with broth or herbs. When gently cooked, it retains its gelatinous texture, which is a sign of its collagen content. Older people looking to improve joint comfort, increase skin elasticity, and maintain cartilage health should consider adding it to soups once or twice a week. It may not be the most common ingredient, but the benefits are well worth the effort to protect your mobility and muscles. 3. Green-lipped mussels, the silent food for your muscles. Green-lipped mussels, native to New Zealand, are one of the most underrated seafoods for older people. They contain a rare combination of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically ETA, which is more powerful than the typical EPA and DHA found in fish oils. These specific fatty acids help block a key enzyme in the body called 5-lipoxygenase, which is responsible for triggering inflammation in the joints. This makes green-lipped mussels unique and effective at reducing pain, stiffness, and swelling, especially in aging knees and hips. And if your joints are healthy, your muscles can work without pain and without limitation. In a 2020 study published in the journal Nutrients, older people who consumed green-lipped mussel extract daily for 12 weeks reported a 42% decrease in joint discomfort and a 35% improvement in physical function. But beyond your joints, these mussels are packed with zinc, selenium, iron, and iodine, nutrients that become harder to absorb as you age, especially for those dealing with thyroid or energy issues. And all of these are minerals that are essential for the health and function of your muscles. To prepare them, steam green-lipped mussels with garlic, parsley, and a little lemon. Don't fry or overcook them. Gentle cooking keeps the anti-inflammatory compounds active. The flavor is slightly sweet and earthy, and the nutritional benefits go far beyond what you get from supplements alone. If you're looking to eat something delicious that also helps you move better and maintain your strength, these mussels deserve a place on your plate. But before we go any further, if you're enjoying the video so far, click the like button and share this message with more people. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss any more videos like this. 2. Oysters, the superfood for your muscles and vitality. Oysters are one of the most powerful healing foods for anyone over 60, especially if you're struggling with low energy, hair loss, brittle nails, or slow recovery. They're not just a delicacy, they're nature's multivitamin, wrapped in a shell. What makes oysters so important for older people is their unmatched density of bioavailable zinc, which your body absorbs really well. Just 2 medium oysters can give you over 100% of your daily zinc needs, and that matters more than you think. Zinc is essential for the strength of your body's defense system, for wound healing, for testosterone support, which is crucial for muscles, and even for mental clarity. As we age, zinc absorption decreases, and deficiency becomes common and even dangerous. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that 40% of adults over the age of 60 are zinc deficient without even knowing it, leading to higher rates of infections, poor skin healing, and even loss of taste and smell. But it doesn't stop at zinc. Oysters are also rich in vitamin B12, which protects the nerves and supports energy metabolism, 2 things that decline dramatically in older people. A 2021 study in the Journal of Nutrition and Healthy Aging showed that older adults with low B12 were 73% more likely to experience cognitive decline, and just 85 grams of oysters give you more B12 than a whole steak. They're also packed with selenium, a mineral that acts as a bodyguard for your thyroid and immune system, both of which are critical for muscle health. Now here's what makes oysters unique among seafood: their copper content. Most older people never think about copper, but it's essential for collagen formation, which keeps your muscles intact, red blood cell production, and maintaining strong bones. A European study tracked bone density in aging adults and found that those with higher copper intake had 18% fewer fractures over a 5-year period. And bones and muscles work together, so if one is weak, the other suffers too. But there is one seafood that surpasses all others. This marine food has been used for centuries in traditional medicine, but now science is proving just how powerful it is. Studies show that it not only strengthens bones and joints, but also helps restore the intestinal lining, increases collagen, and even relieves joint swelling in just weeks. Best of all, it's not fish, it's something most older people have never even tried. 1. Sea moss, the complete warrior against muscle loss. That's right. The #1 and most powerful seafood for anyone over 60 is not fish, shrimp, or even a shellfish. It's sea moss, also known as Irish moss. This marine plant is a true nutrient powerhouse that is finally getting the attention it deserves in modern science. And for older people, it may be one of the most complete natural remedies for restoring strength, flexibility, and energy, directly combating sarcopenia. Sea moss contains more than 90 trace minerals, That means it delivers almost every mineral your body needs to function, from magnesium and potassium to sulfur, selenium and iron, all in a natural form that the aging body can actually absorb. But here's what sets it apart. Sea moss is one of the richest sources of plant-based collagen precursors. Although it doesn't contain collagen itself, it's full of nutrients your body uses to produce collagen, such as vitamin C, sulfur, and the amino acid proline. And collagen is what keeps your joints, skin, and even the lining of your intestines glued together and strong. After age 60, your body produces much less collagen, which is why you start to notice stiff knees, sagging skin, slower healing, and digestive issues. All of this impacts your muscles' ability to stay intact. A 2022 study published in Marine Drugs found that older people who consumed sea moss daily experienced a 37% improvement in joint mobility and a 29% reduction in visible skin dryness after just 8 weeks. Those are impressive results without taking a single synthetic supplement. Now let's talk about what it does for your gut. Sea moss is rich in mucilage, a type of soluble fiber that forms a gel-like layer in your intestines. This calms inflammation, helps seal small holes in the intestinal lining, and feeds the good bacteria your body needs to absorb nutrients. That means a stronger defense system, better digestion, and mental clarity. And if you're dealing with constipation, acid reflux, or irregular appetite, sea moss acts as a gentle, natural solution. A 2021 clinical trial showed that sea moss helped reduce symptoms of bloating and irregularity by more than 50% in older people who consumed it regularly for a month. And a healthy gut means your muscles get the nutrients they need to grow and repair themselves. What makes sea moss different from most supplements is that it supports multiple systems in the body at the same time. It helps your thyroid because it contains iodine. It helps your heart because it balances sodium and potassium levels. It helps your skin and joints by providing the fuel for collagen production, and it even helps your lungs. Many people report breathing more easily after just 2 weeks, likely due to its natural antiviral and anti-inflammatory properties. To prepare it, always rinse raw sea moss thoroughly and soak it in water for 12 to 24 hours. Once it expands, blend it until it forms a smooth gel. You can take a tablespoon daily or add it to smoothies, teas, or soups. Don't boil it, just add it warm. This preserves the minerals and active compounds. Even 1 or 2 tablespoons a day can bring dramatic changes in energy, mobility, and skin health. And best of all, it's safe, plant-based, and easy to digest. Perfect for older people with sensitive systems. So if there's one seafood to keep in your kitchen starting today, let it be sea moss. It's not flashy, it's not a fad, but it's one of the most powerful, complete, and healing foods you can give your body in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. So now you know. The seafood on your plate could be saving your muscles or slowly breaking them down. If you're over 60, your body isn't as forgiving as it used to be. Every bite counts. Squid, imitation crab, scallops, and shrimp may seem harmless, even healthy. But inside your body, they can raise your cholesterol, impair your digestion, stiffen your joints, and silently increase your risk of heart disease, arthritis, and kidney problems. But the good news is that you're not helpless. Sea cucumbers, green-lipped mussels, oysters, and sea moss give your body the raw materials it needs to rebuild itself. These aren't miracle foods, they're science-proven powerhouses. And when you eat them regularly, they help repair the very systems that aging tries to wear down. Your bones, your gut, your skin, your defense strength, and your energy, all while keeping your muscles strong. Before we go, don't just scroll down. Watch this video again if you need to, or share it with someone over 60 who still eats shrimp thinking it's healthy. And now we want to hear from you. Which seafood on today's list shocked you the most? And have you tried sea moss before? Did you notice any changes? Leave your answer in the comments below. We're responding to everyone. And if you found this useful, click subscribe right now. We have more real science-backed health tips for older people coming every week. See you in the next video. Share your experiences and opinions in the comments below. Thanks for watching.